Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to unveil how Andy went from an ordinary guy to a hero in trouble. Andy thought it was a great time to kick back, knowing he was about to embark on a new adventure instead of working tirelessly. As he strolled, he suddenly realized he was 20 blocks away, like a dandelion seed blown away. He darted around like a magician, flipping between the bustling Upper East Side and the deserted Lower East Side. Strolling into a bar, he was suddenly swept away into a wild party, becoming the night's party star. After a wild night with a blonde bombshell, he magically ended up in a subway tunnel, bumping into a little thug, surrounded by a gang and a circumflex Bruce Lee, initiating a kung fu showdown. Miraculously defeating them all, he regained his composure only to realize those last few hours felt like a bizarre dream. Waking up, he realized he forgot all about Carl's project, displaying an excellent work ethic, and was already late. Trying to dive into the complex business papers, he felt his mind was wrapped in cotton candy. Everything was just a blur. His reactions were slow as an old car, and his comprehension was so bad it felt like he was in a mental showdown, forcing him to rush to the meeting place. Carl noticed Andy was off, utterly distracted. Casually, Carl mentioned the boss of the merging company's legend, how nobody made an epic comeback to become a big shot in just 2 years. Meanwhile, Andy's gaze got snagged by a news report about a blonde bombshell, his date from last night. The report claimed she was found dead in her hotel room, making Andy's head spin like a roller coaster, questioning what on earth happened last night. Carl, displeased, bluntly stated, "You're surreal. Stop watching TV." Andy hurried out of the restaurant, only to hurl as soon as he hit the sidewalk a truly spine-chilling choice. Back home, he washed his face anxiously, seeking clarity when the answering machine gurgled. His ex-wife warned, "Don't touch your brother-in-law's pearls." It felt prophetic. Andy quickly dialed back, wanting to clarify things in person, but she didn't seem too keen on a meetup. After a game of who can wear whose nerves, they finally made plans to meet. Perhaps she also knew the secret of NZT. Andy sought to understand others' reactions, digging up his brother-in-law's contact list and dialing each number for clues. After dozens of calls, discovering 3 people had died left Andy dumbfounded. He wanted to scream, "No way, this can't be happening." Others were in bad shape too, and realizing the terrifying consequences of NZT made Andy shiver in fear. Just as he was about to dial another contact, a sudden whoosh sound echoed nearby. No, it was multiple sounds. Scanning the area frantically, he spotted an ordinary-looking old man who was actually the one been shadowing him all along. Panicked, Andy turned to run, kicking off a dramatic chase scene that had everyone holding their breath. He sprinted with all his might and dove into a taxi, finally escaping his terrifying pursuer. Arriving at the cafe, he gazed at his ex-wife, unseen for a decade, with deep emotion. The woman in front of him was no longer the sexy wife he once knew. Instead, she looked like a dried fruit peel, making it hard to believe his eyes. He couldn't comprehend why time was so cruel, turning a woman in her 30s into a shadow of her former self. During the chat at the cafe, he learned his ex had also taken NCT, becoming a goddess of productivity at work. But over time, she grew anxious, worried that the drug might cause lifelong consequences for her brain. So she chose to stop taking it, but the withdrawal effects turned out to be worse than expected, like a nightmare. Symptoms included frequent vomiting and an inability to focus, turning her into a drained zombie. The story made Andy realize that being hooked on NCT was like playing with fire. Getting away was no easy feat. After saying goodbye, Andy intended to take the last NCT pill he had, a true desperate survival mindset. But unexpectedly, a mob boss appeared as if he had emerged from nowhere. "Hey, you still owe me money." Believing Andy was trying to dodge him, the mob boss swung a heavy punch to his gut, like a lesson learned. Weak and wobbly, Andy collapsed to the ground, dropping the pill as if he was utterly out of luck. The mob boss spotted that unusual transparent pill, and after a moment's hesitation, down it went. Andy was stunned, wide-eyed, thinking, "Oh no. He just took my pill. It's over." Despite running to the bank to pay off his debts, he didn't realize this was only the beginning of trouble, like opening a whole new chapter. Without his pill, Andy was like a flopping fish in the street, struggling with each step. Despite feeling utterly weak, Andy pushed through to Linda's office, as if he was being reborn from the ashes. As soon as he entered Linda's office, he collapsed, urgently begging her for meds, fearing he might be finished that night. Linda felt utterly lost, unsure of what to do, leaving Andy no choice but to spill all his secrets, like handing her a survival manual. Turns out, Andy's wealth and charm were all thanks to those drugs, a true twist in the world's comedy. Ironically, to prevent his stash from being compromised, Andy kept all the pills hidden in a decorative conch shell at Linda's place, high-end yet discreet. Sure enough, after heading back home, Linda found the pills in the conch and quickly called Andy, feeling like it was the best news ever. But just as she was rushing back, that mysterious old guy was hot on her heels, a true bad luck charm. Realizing something was off, Linda bolted, plunging into a small park like a fugitive on the run. Coincidentally spotting two men passing by, she dashed to the big guys, feeling like a contestant for a superhero council. The guys, unaware of what was happening, approached Linda. The big guy tried to block the old man, but hit his hard snack. Unexpectedly, the old man pulled out a secret weapon from his coat, jabbing it into the big guy's gut, turning the scene into a horror, immediately stabbing another guy, leaving Linda thinking, I don't want to be the star of this horror show. And bolting, she took refuge behind a boulder, frantically dialing Andy for help, like a desperate hotline call. When he heard Linda report witnessing two tragedies, Andy panicked, wanting to bring her back to reality. To ensure his girlfriend's escape, Andy urged her to pop the pill, as if seizing a final chance for survival. With no other options, Linda had to swallow the pill quickly, thinking, no time to think, I need to escape. After the pill's effect, Linda's senses sharpened, finding useful art and escape routes invigorated. After formulating her escape plan, she soared over the skating rink's barrier, like a phoenix rising valiant and fearless. Meanwhile, the old man chased with a dagger, while Linda darted to a practicing girl for a shield. The girl's ice skate successfully grazed the old man, and Linda seized the chance to escape the rink, portraying a miraculous adventure. Andy swallowed the pill Linda brought back, restoring his heroic essence, and the two found refuge in a hotel, riding out the crisis. The next morning, Andy woke up thinking, how do I face this unknown challenge ahead? Don't forget, if you enjoy this crazy story, remember to subscribe to our channel, otherwise Andy's tragic saga might repeat itself.